What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Grim here from Outside MTG, and today we're actually going to take a look at a list that did excellent for me last season. It was actually one of the decks, helped us finish with a top, well, I guess 300 finish technically. I think we ended the season number 216. But this list had Agent of Treachery available to it. It's Temur Elementals, more or less. It's a little more focused on the ramp than the elemental perspective, but you know, elementals are a great way to ramp. So we do have these 20 elementals, plus our, glorified elementals from the Nissa lands, which can be relevant with Omnath. We are playing a companion, but this deck, I assure you, does not care about the companion tax at all. If we need to, as early as turn 4, we can move Yorion into our hand and cast it. Like, it's not a problem. But you might be thinking to yourself, is that 12 temples? It's like, but Grim, that's so many tap lands. We've also got 4 Fabled Passages and 4 Triomes for up to potentially 20 tap lands. But it's okay, because not only do we have Grazer here to drop in extra lands, we have Growth Spiral, we have Uro, we have Risen Reef, Cavalier of Thorns, Genesis Ultimatum. So I can assure you, these lands coming into play tapped, the scry is worth it. So we don't have Agent anymore. We are going to play, kind of an Agent. Mass Manipulation was always one of the best ramp targets shortly after we got it. Well, once we got Nissa anyway. So I thought, hey, if we can't play Agent, maybe we could just steal their entire board in one turn. The deck's been amazing for me so far, so it's going to get made into a video. Over here in the sideboard, we got a couple Soul Guide Lanterns trying to deal with those Zenith Flares, some Gus, a couple Disdainful Strokes, got a couple of Wilts over here as well, take out some Conqueror's Death if we need to, but most likely just for Reclamation. 3 Disputes because Mystical Dispute, 2 Flame Sweeps because aggro is still running around, and 1 Chandra Awakened Inferno. Her -3 can be a sweeper against aggressive decks, the +2 to just take care of the various control decks running around in the format that just want to grind you into dust. And a lot of our sideboard cards do have crossover, so like where these Flame Sweeps and Gusts will be great against mono red, these Gust, Strokes, and Wilts will still be great against things like Temur Reclamation. But with that being said, let's get out here, let's get on the ladder, and let's get on the road to Mythic. Monet! Alright, we got the play. I mean, turn 4 Nissa isn't great, but you play this deck to be greedy. So we're going to get the Grazer out of here on 1, get a Temple, get a Scry, put something on top that we can play. Omnath, huh? We can turn 3 Omnath into turn 4 Nissa. I'd really like to play next turn, though. Omnath is excellent in this deck too, with the number of lands you can just drop into play out of nowhere. Okay, well, we'll just move Yorion to our hand. Say go. Another Grazer, huh? Well, not the most exciting start, but we'll take it, I suppose. I'm just going to crack the passage. See if they get a red source. Well, even if they are Temur, they probably won't. They're probably looking for the Growth Spiral. So we got Bant. So we know we're going to have to play around counter magic. They do generally play Neutralize, so if they have the second blue source, like they do. Okay, perfect. Perfect. That'll let us get this Nissa down.
Nothing.
So let's tap our non-forest green sources first. Let's get Nissa down. Let's untap the basic island. Let's go for Tef.
Don't make another move.
Play a Reef. Okay, second Reef, not bad. And your opponents can just fall behind so fast against this archetype. Our opponent loves to generate value, but they are going to struggle to keep up with the amount of value we can generate.
got time.
Back at Tiff. Probably see him put the island back in our hand, I assume. It might pull us, but it wouldn't do anything.
Let's try this.
Cavalier of Thorns, huh? Okay, we're gonna start by playing the Risen Reef. See if it can hit us a forest. Okay, we'll let that fall into play. Okay, it didn't, but hey, worth a shot. So, let's tap a green, get a Cavalier down here, get some more Risen Reef triggers. Yep. Okay, we can set up a scry for our Risen Reef here. That looks like a pretty good pickup to me. Plus Nissa, we'll untap an island again.
The land fights for us.
Send the island out to face, have the Risen Reef deal with that Tef.
This is hardly my worst.
And what if we got some more triggers? Let's drop it into play. I'll back up Nissa for whenever we ult this one. They want a Conqueror's Death here. Perfect. That means our ultimatum is resolving.
My strength fades.
Question is, do we want to start with the ultimatum? Let's see. Let's do this, this, and this. Let's get a Nissa down. Let's cast an ultimatum. Don't want to tap that though. Green, whoops. Hold on. Why is it trying to tap our critter? Well, we'll do this the hard way. Cast our ultimatum. Whole bunch of lands. Get some Risen Reef triggers here though. Oh, we should have set the scry up first. But hey, look at that. We set the scry up anyway. We played a land this turn? We haven't played a land this turn. We'll take that. And a Scorcher. Not bad. Go ahead, get another forest. Take a red source here because reasons. Let's go ahead and spiral with some of this extra mana. So it doesn't really matter what we put into play here. Let's pay the life. Alright. We'll have Nissa get her little plus action on here. Let's untap this temple.
The land shall conquer you.
Let's go swinging. Gonna bring Yorion down here. Oh, never mind. I didn't even realize that was lethal. We wouldn't have went through all those extra steps. Alright. So the disputes are gonna be great here. Maybe in for the Chandra. A lot of times Chandra's more just kind of a glorified sweeper that ignores our guys. The mass manipulation feels like it might be hard to resolve. We're not worried about these healers of the Glade here. I think I may go ahead and drop a Scorcher. Thinking about getting some of these Disdainful Strokes as well. I think there's a good chance we might just be able to get the opponent with this. Let's run it at him and see what happens. This archetype is ridiculous. Okay, we need the blue source, but we've got Grazer on 1 plus Scry, and we're gonna get a draw. So we'll get 2 draws at the blue source. I feel confident we can find a blue source. Our deck has a ton of them since we're trying to play the ultimatum and it's triple blue. So it shouldn't be an issue. Draw the temple into play. It's not the blue source we want. But I think it's the blue source we'll take. So we can still play Leafkin Druid next turn to go ahead and accelerate a little. See what we got coming up. Fabled Passage. We're okay. We'll pass. Just play out the Leafkin Druid, have access to a little bit more mana in case we need it. Get in with them baby sloth beats. What are the odds our opponent has Dispute up? I feel like they're pretty good. Let's just Uro. If they want to counter our Uro, we're more than fine with that. I'd rather not use the Dispute just yet. Okay. Opponent spiraling. This might be where we see him fetch a blue in Dispute. They're undoubtedly getting blue here. Okay. Mistake number one out of the opponent. Never dispute the first Uro. Get in with them baby sloth beats. We're gonna go ahead and scream from the mountaintops. We have Dispute. What if we didn't tap? If they have another Dispute here and they want to tap out, we are down. Deal. Opponent running out of gas over here.
Let's slow this down.
Aw, thank you, opponent. It's actually kind of cool of him. We hit an untapped land. We can Reef, get a second Reef trigger. And we did. So let's Reef. Thassa. Not bad. Get a second Reef trigger. Okay. Alright. Well, what's up, baby sloth? Go get you some teff. It's what's for dinner tonight. Two in the yard so far. If we can resolve this Cavalier, though, this Uro will be ready to escape. Deal. Deal, opponent. I am so on board with that. Do they have anything to bring back? They do not.
That's more like it.
We don't want to have Omnath deal with this Tef just yet. Yeah, we'll wait to play the land post-combat. That way we can set up our next draw. We'll pass on the mountain. See what else we got. We'll pass on the Stomping Ground as well. No attacks, opponent. We're going to give the sloth a break.
I'll protect you.
Another Conquer stuff. Alright. We can cast Uro through a Dispute. And since opponent only has one mana, though, there's no reason not to Nissa. I'm just going to assume they don't have Spell Pierce.
We will not fail.
Animate the Temple.
Be wary of ground.
Go get you some Temple. You know that one time opponent used both of their Conqueror's Deaths a little too early? Pepper's Farm remembers. Still nothing to get back. Yeah, we're about to just bury Ban here. And a third Conqueror's Death.
I cannot protect you anymore.
We're not out of things to do just yet. Okay,
I have a
sure.
plan.
Sounds good, opponent. Give him the nice. That was good. We could drop Omnath in here. Let's do that, actually. Let's drop in Omnath. Do some damage to your face. Let's shock this in. So we didn't have to shock, but we're going to shock. Go ahead and pump this guy up to a 4/4 in case we get shattered. Go to combat. Go attacking. Yeah. Go ahead and get this Thassa down. We're going to blink the Omnath and give our opponent the Cheeto fingers once again. This will kind of force the opponent's hand at dealing with one of these two with the Conqueror's Death here.
This isn't a
Unless
fight.
they have the Shatter, of course. So that we'll probably see Conqueror's Death, Tef -3. But that's okay. Yeah, bounce a Temple.
I am not making this up as I go.
I would assume Conqueror's Death on Omnath? I don't know, personally. Opponent has just a lot of tough choices to make here. So we got the pause. That should mean they have a land in hand. Opponent has the cards to escape Uro. We can tap their Uro down with Thassa, though. Bottom the island. Let's get our Uro on. Yeah. Oops. Well, I guess that means our opponent has Dispute in hand. We know that now. Okay, drop Temple into play. We'll leave a Nissa on top. I'm gonna go ahead and just move Yorion to our hand. No attacks. No blocks. Or no blinks. I guess we could have blinked a Grazer to put this Stomping Ground down. Think we'll be okay. Nope.
I've got it.
If opponent doesn't escape the Uro here, that most likely means they have Shatter. If they do escape the Uro, we're tapping it down with Thassa. Okay. Unless opponent can do something pretty drastic here, we can swing for 9 next turn. Okay. Opponent's shocked. Kind of leads me to believe maybe they have instant speed. Shatter ready to go. Alright, we're gonna shock this in to make sure we can beat Dispute. Oh, we have to pay 7 now too, yeah. We can beat Dispute here. +1, what's a land we don't mind? We wouldn't mind this land getting destroyed, as it's our only one that's not pretty. Let's go swinging. Go ahead and eat this Shatter the Sky at instant speed. Shark Typhoon, eh? Okay, well, that doesn't do it. Thassa, if you would be so kind. Yeah, even without Agent of Treachery in a deck like this, Thassa is still a monster. You know, back when we still had Agent of Treachery available, I think I took this list on, I'm gonna say it was like a 21-1 run. I mean, not this specific one, obviously, because, you know. Ooh, look at that. Can we draw an untapped land, please? Get this turn 2 Reef down. Maybe even have a turn 4 Ultimatum. Let's go. Yeah, no, like I was saying though, this archetype has been incredibly successful for me. Yeah, we're gonna bottom that and look for the untapped land to get this Reef down. Not the untapped land, huh? Nor is that, but you know what? since that's the case, we might just Uro next turn. We'll play the Triome. Well, no, we'll play this. Play the Uro. And then drop the Triome in if nothing else. Oh, and our opponent's a Cavalcade deck. How adorable. Let's start with the Scrap. So you know what? Let's just get to this ultimatum as quickly as possible. No attacks. If we want, we can actually shock this to put Yorion in our hand and get the Reef down. Yep. We got some Flame Sweeps and some Chandras on the board over here to deal with this guy too. Let's get a Reef on. Yep. Let's get aggressive with our life total. Get another Reef down. Well, we've got the ultimatum lined up for next turn. No attacks. We are going to grab all 3 blocks here, though, I think. Are we? Opponent has Torbrand here, though. We're probably just done for. We do have Torbrand. Alright, so opponent can put us to 1 here. We are going to grab all the blocks. Alright, ultimatum. Show me something good. It's not bad, but it's not gonna cut it either. We are gonna draw a ton of cards though. Let's see what we draw. Whoops. Another Omnath. Let's draw another card. Pop up Omnath. Let's draw another card. We want to scry first. Actually, let's leave that there. Spiral. Draw some more cards. Pump up the jams. Draw another card. Ooh. Did we have another forest? I think we had another basic forest. Yeah, we did. So unless they have a hasty creature, we're not actually dead anymore. Oh, well, that'll do it. Good game, opponent. What we did was so much cooler than what the opponent did. Alright, we'll go grab our Flame Sweeps. We'll get our Chandras. We'll run this guy down. This archetype was absolutely amazing for me last season. So we'll see if it continues. Man, no plays on 3 doesn't sound very good. But double Uro with decent mana does kind of sound alright. We'll take it. Probably just going to bottom this basic mountain. We'll lead on the temple. Steam vents? No. Just kind of hoping for a grazer on top there. We'd also be happy to see a growth spiral or even a Leafkin Druid off the top here. Just to get our ramp on. Or not. Blue-white control maybe? I think the blue-white decks are generally Yorion though. Yeah, it's just Bant. Well, we know opponent doesn't have Dispute in hand because of that. Next turn, we'll probably Spiral plus Uro and try and get set up for this ultimatum early. That's also a thing now. We're going to wait on the Cavalier, though. We need more blue sources for this ultimatum. We're going to lead on Uro. Okay. Oh, still with no counter magic, though. That's what we like to see. This Growth Spiral can rip a land off the top, like it did, and drop this ultimatum into play. Just hope our opponent can't interact with it. The opponent cannot stop the ultimatum or this filling. Alright, we're gonna lead on the temple trigger first. Just one temple into temple? Nah, we got enough lands. Yeah, we're definitely okay with some double Cavalier action. Just gonna hold on to that for now. We drop an Omnath into play, it'll draw us a card. We don't currently have a need for the mana. Let's start with the Cavalier. I'd like to Risen Reef afterwards. If Cavalier hits a temple like that, we can set up the draw for the Risen Reef. Spiral? Nah. Sure. Do we want to do it again, or do we want to just escape an Uro? Let's escape Uro. We'll leave Nissa in the graveyard. Oh wait, we'll eat that. Get an Uro into play. Hey, what if we got another Risen Reef trigger? Think our opponent's seen enough yet? Well, it looks like you're kind of falling behind in land drops over there. What's going on? Shatter, sure. Suppose we could always take this Nissa. You know, we don't have nearly enough mana yet, so. This Fabled Passage does literal nothing now. Let's tap our non-forest green sources. Let's get another Cavalier into play. Man, talk about swing and a miss. What cards we got in the yard? Plenty. Let's go ahead. Have Uro get on back out here for us. And 5. We'll just keep the cards coming. Sure. Get this guy out here too, just as a way to do something with our mana if we need to. Put Yorion into hand. Untap an island. Let's go attacking. I think I'm just gonna hold on to the Yorion for now. We'll wait till we have more things in play to maybe take a little bit more advantage of it. Yeah, opponent has seen enough. And our opponent took what felt like a year to sideboard there. Take play. Double Uro, you say? I think maybe we'll give that a shot. Gain 6 doesn't sound bad. Turn 4 Nissa, turn 5 Ultimatum maybe? Lead on the temple. Certainly don't need another one of those. If we don't draw a land here, we'll probably just fetch. Okay. Got a land. Good. We'll get our Uro on next turn. Drop in the Stomping Ground. Gain a little life. Oh, never mind. Drop in that temple. We'll pass on the passage. We'll have this fetch a forest, and we'll get Nissa into play next turn. Ooh, will we? Maybe we'll just double Uro. I'm actually kind of just feeling double Uro now. Let's start by shocking that in. Let's go fetch. The basic green source is fine here. Little Uro again. Drop in this Ketria Triome, and our ultimatum is officially set up. Well, I think we got a cleave in our future. Taking a trip down to Cleveland, and it takes 13 here. Good thing we gained all that life. Hey, and look at that. We can play a healer of the Glade after this ultimatum's done doing its thing. And gain a little more life while we're at it. Let's fetch another basic green source. This Thassa, all we have to do is survive this turn, and Thassa will take care of anything that's cleaved up for us. We'll just keep tapping it down. Matter of fact, since we're back up to 21, we're probably just going to say no blocks here. We'll try to, maybe we can Nissa and Yorion and have enough to do this. See, we've got 12, 13, 14, 15 once Nissa's in play. Again, we could block the runaway Steamkin with the healer of the Glade to kind of prevent them from wanting to use those counters. Okay. Yeah, honestly, I think I'm just going to say no blocks. We can just take another 12 here. I don't even mind. 13, whatever. 14, 15. Well, we'll grab that one. This is going to sting, though. Okay. We're going to start by tapping our non-forest sources here. There's Nissa. Go ahead, get another forest. We could escape Uro too. Let's see. We'll still have the mana to have Thassa tap something down, so might as well. Gain a little life, get a big body into play. Ultimatum. Man, you know, we could untap and cast that. I don't believe we're going to, but I'm just saying, it's an option. So +1, we'll untap an island.
Rise, my elemental friend.
Kind of want to go ahead and just move this to our hand, but we're not. Let's just pass it back to the opponent. Yeah, do nothing. We could tap 2 things down if we're willing to tap these. To stop the 2 big guys. It's probably not a bad plan, honestly. So 1 damage to each of my creatures, huh? Okay. That's a weird choice, but sure. Go on and ask you to stand down. If you would be so kind as to join him. Uh-oh. Opponent realizes they've just walked into a terrible situation. How would you like to do this, opponent? You know, if opponent's trying to figure it out, like, how do I ever get out of this? You don't, opponent. You go to game 3. That's what you do. We are done here. Especially with an ultimatum off the top, and we can sweep them up. Well, let's take out this Steamkin. Alright. Well, we want to ultimatum first. I think we just want to ultimatum first. But since the auto tapper can't be trusted, apparently, add a blue and a blue and a blue. Get a red source and a red source. Cast the ultimatum. Oh, look at that. Oh, you know what? Huh. I guess we didn't actually need to put the Nissa into play. We could have just left it in our hand. Well, we'll keep this Nissa. There's Omnath. Do you like some Omnath around here? And tap a red source.
Be wary of the ground you walk on.
I think we're just gonna go swinging. We'll drop that into play. Kind of tempted just to go ahead and sweep them up. Then again, I suppose Bone Crusher. This could take out a Bone Crusher. We're just gonna sweep them up, but we'll wait for their turn to do it. We'll pass the turn back to the opponent. No blinks. Alright. Tab that one down. Tab that one down. And let's sweep them up. Yeah. Opponent could have saved themselves a lot of time there. Well, hey, just want to thank everybody for tuning in today. On release day, as soon as the update goes live, we are going to be cracking some packs. A lot more than just these 50, but we're going to be cracking some packs. So if you're interested in that at all, feel free to check it out. We are going to play some limited with all of these as well whenever the new thing kicks off. So don't miss out. And I'll see you guys next time.